management information system. Training for development, management and use of information technology to help people perform tasks related to information processing and management. This is information management, MIS. Okay? Important field of study, important business discipline. Now, MIS deals with the coordination and the use of three very important organizational resources. These are people, information, and technology. So, MIS deals with the three important organizational resources. It's people, information, and technology. Three things. Okay? It simply shows you if we incorporate the three important organizational resources, what can be done if we combine all the three together. So we can achieve a competitive advantage, do things cheaper and faster, increase revenue, as well as we can innovate new processes. Okay? Incorporating the three together, that is people, technology, and information. Okay? MIS resources, that is information. First one. Now, intellectual asset hierarchy, data information, and business intelligence. This slide basically tells you the difference between data and information. There is a definition for you to understand. You have to know that data is raw and meaningful. Is it? Yes. Is data meaningful? No. Data is raw and unprocessed. Okay? Information is processed and meaningful. Okay? Data is raw and unprocessed. It does not provide you with any meaning. Information is processed and it is meaningful. So this is the difference. So information builds on data. Okay? Information is built on data. You can see here, just 21 is given. And under 8, you have all the information there. So having this, you cannot say this is the information. This is just the data. Okay? But here, this one here, H, you can call this as a information. So information is built on data. Business intelligence, BI, collective information about customers, competitors, business partners, competitive environment. BI is information on steroids. BI can help you make important strategic decisions. Just information resource, okay? Telling you how business can make, they are using this information, business intelligence, in order to store their data. Timeliness. Now, information resource quality attributes. First one is timeliness. What happens when you need it? So you need to have information when you need it. There is no use of having the information when you do not require it. It is only the importance of the information is only there when it is provided to you in a timely manner. Okay, describing the right time period, location, no matter where you are, from any form. It could be in a form of audio, text, animation, or anything. Validity. Okay? Lack of any of the above can create ego. Garbage in and garbage out. Means whatever you put in the computer is the same thing that you are getting out of it. If you are putting a wrong information in it, if you are feeding with the wrong information, the output you are getting, you should expect it to be incorrect as well. Okay? Because computer is just a dumb machine. It does what you direct it to be done. Okay? Information resource organizational perspective. So you can see in an organization we have information flowing up and down, okay, in and out, as well as horizontally within the levels. So up and down, basically from the higher level, the people sitting on the top level, example directors, CEO, board of directors, dealing with people working at a managerial level, middle level managers, lower level, and from top to down, you know the opposite of it, right? Managers, they are dealing with the top level people. Across, same level, employees working at the same level. Inside and outside, a business is dealing with the suppliers or the consumers outside, that is inside and outside. Yes, that is all about this slide. Okay. upward, downward is the same thing. Internal information. Okay, internal information is operational aspects of the organization. External information, environment surrounding the organization. Objective, quantifiably describable. Whereas subjective, the information is unknown. So basically objective, you know the information. Subjective, you do not know. It's unknown. MIS 2. Okay, this is people. People are the most important resource in any organization with a focus on technology literacy, information literacy, and ethical responsibility. So, technology literate knowledge worker knows how and when to apply technology. Whereas information literate knowledge worker can define information needs, knows how and where to obtain information, understand information, and act appropriately based on information. Okay? Ethics, principles and standards that guide our behavior towards other people. So, people having knowledge of the three things as an output, it makes business a successful one. Okay? Because you are having a technology, you know how to deal with technology because you are a technology literate, and then you are an information literate person. Means you are aware of the information within the organization and outside of the organization. And then ethics, you are bringing the principles, the culture of the organization with you. Okay? This ethics is very important. Are we having ethics now? Yes or no? If for any organization, most of the organizations do not allow to use social media or for their employees to post anything on the social media. Do you think that's right or wrong? Students, from your point of view, do you think that is right? The organizations are doing the right thing or that is the wrong thing? They shouldn't be doing that. What do you feel? There are so many organizations that do not allow their employees to at times use social media or even post anything on the social media. So what do you think? Is that right? Yes, no, don't know. I guess it's the right thing, okay? If you are working for a particular organization, you have to abide by its code of conduct, by the ethics, by their moral values. It is very important to do so. Okay, and then we have people resource ethics. So we have 4 quadrants. The first one is legal, legally, both ways, ethical and being legal. Quadrant 2 is being illegal and ethical. Quadrant 3 is being legal and unethical. Whereas 4 is illegal and unethical as well. Where do you want to fall into? Quadrant 1, 2, 3 or 4? 4? How many of you want to stay in 4? It's always wise to stay in the first quadrant, okay? Being legal as well as ethical. Morally safe. Okay, the last one is information technology, IT, computer-based tools that people use to work with information, hardware and software. Hardware are the physical parts, example this, anything that you can feel and touch, you can see that is physical. Whereas software, set of instructions that directs the hardware to execute and carry out instructions. Information technology hardware. We have hardware and we have software. Hardware, we have multiple input device, output device, storage, CPU, RAM, telecommunication device, and connecting devices. All of you know the examples for this? Yes? Do you all know what are the examples of input devices? This is your first year of university, students? Is this your first year? No, just a general question. Don't worry, I'm not going to judge anything. First year? So you are coming directly from high school, am I right? So are you all a IT student or business? or medical? Medical one won't be here, so no worries. So is there anyone with a business background? Or let me just say, have all of you done computer studies or office technology in your high school days? Yes, all of you? Anyone who did not do? You? Okay, anyone else? Okay. I'm not saying it's going to be difficult for those ones of you who did not do, but it's just that these things over here is taught in high school, okay? Well, however, I can just go through it. So an example of input device would be mouse, would be keyboard. Okay, mouse we use it to input data, keyboard we use keys to input the data into the computer system. So that's an example of input device. Output device is monitor, could be projector and could be anything else. Anything that is able to display the results that you are able to see. Okay, printer as well. Storage device is DVDs and flash memories, flash drives. Okay, anything. What about cloud? Can cloud be an example of storage device? Yes?
Maybe.
Can be, but it's not a device. Okay? Cloud is not a device. CPU RAM, the brain of the computer. So CPU is the central processing unit that you will find inside the system unit. Okay? This is the system unit. CPU is the central processing unit. It's a chip. You find it on the motherboard inside the system unit. And then telecommunication device, you have modem. There is no modem here. Okay, you find it inside the labs. You have modem and then satellite. I cannot show you the satellite, okay? Connecting devices, we have ports and we have ports. Okay, ports and the ports, these are the connecting devices. Now for software, we have application software. We have Word, payroll and inventory. These are the given examples. System software, technology management coordination. Operating system software, OS. We have Windows, Mac operating system. We have Linux, whatever you call it. So for operating system, it's a hierarchy, okay? We started with, I think, Windows 2000. What was before that? Anybody knows? I haven't checked. So I guess it was Windows 2000 and somewhere before that, or I think before that we had Ubuntu, okay? That was the name of the operating system. We had Linux, and then we had Windows 2000, we had Windows XP, Extra Professional, and then we had Windows 7 for so many years. We had Windows 7. From Windows 7 we had Windows 8, and then another version came up for that, Windows 8.1. Then we had Windows 10. Another version for Windows 10, we had 10.1. What are we having now? Windows? What are we having now?
15.
You are making me confused. We have Windows 11, okay? I'm not sure if everybody is upgraded with Windows 11 or not. So what happens basically, if you have Windows 8 or 8.1, it can automatically upgrade to Windows 10 or 10.1, given that your software compatibility meets the required standard, okay? And from Windows 10 or 10.1, it can also automatically upgrade to Windows 11 if the compatibility meets. If there are some issues, then it will not upgrade itself. You will have to install a new operating system. So that was about the Windows. And then we have utility software, antivirus software, disk optimization software. These are the examples of information technology hardware and software. So from all of these things, you have to understand that MIS, Management Information System, deals with three things: people, information, and technology. Now these three are like a three-legged stool. You know what is a three-legged stool? If one of it is broken, can it stand on its own? No. The stool will not balance itself. If one, two is missing, then it won't be able to balance. So MIS, Management Information System, is a same thing. Okay? It works with people, information, and technology. If one of it is missing, it is not, or it won't survive. It won't survive. Information technology hardware, we have input device. To tool for entering information and commands. We have output device, tool to see and hear results. Storage, tool for storing information. CPU, central processing unit. Hardware that interprets and executes instructions. RAM, random access memory, temporarily stores information and software for the CPU. Telecommunication device for sending information. Connecting devices like cables and ports. Types of application software, we have two, application and system. Application software enables you to solve specific problems and perform specific tasks. System software handles tasks specifically to technology management, operating system and devices. Okay, regardless of the resources, you must always assess its financial impact. Many times you will do so using break-even analysis. Okay, IT can definitely impact break-even analysis. Now, what do you have in break-even analysis? You have your fixed cost. Cost you incur even if you don't sell anything. Okay, for example, your startup cost for any business. That is going to be your, most of the time I know we say operational cost, but let's just take it as fixed cost. It's going to be there whether you are selling anything, whether your business is making profit or not, but you do have that cost. Okay, and then you have your variable cost that incur when you sell something. That is the COGS, cost of goods and services, and then you have your revenue, how much you sell one unit for. So let's assume you have a business. Okay, let's assume you have a business and your fixed cost for the business is $1,500. Okay, listen to this carefully. You have a fixed cost of $1,500 and you have $6 as your expense. $9 is the price at which you sell a poster. So you are having a poster business. Now, this is your break-even analysis. You have to decide whether you are making a profit or loss, or you are not making anything at all. Okay? Now, you have to sell at the bottom of the screen. I don't know why the touch is not working. Never mind. You can see it's 500 here. Okay? So 500 indicates that you are going to make 500 posters. Now you calculate and tell me, are you making any profit? What are you going to do? 500 multiplied by 9. That's the amount you are receiving. Okay? So one poster you are selling for $9. Multiply by how many posters you are selling altogether? 500. So 9 multiplied by 500, what do you get? What do you get? Anybody? Anybody can calculate without using calculator? Okay, 4,500. Okay, so your total amount is 4,500. 500 posters with $9. 4,500. What was your expense? $6? 4 to buy and 2 to ship. Total of $6. Now 6 multiplied by 500. 3,000. Okay, 3,000 expense. So you made 4,500 and you are removing your expense that was 3,000. How much are you having now? Plus 4,500 minus 3,000. What are you left with? Confused? Okay. So your fixed cost is $1,500. Okay. Your expense is 6 multiplied by what? 500. 6 multiplied by 500 posters. And your revenue is 9 multiplied by what? 500. Okay? So this is your fix, this is your expense. Expense 6 multiplied by 500 is 3000. Okay? And then your revenue, $9 per poster multiplied by 500 posters is 4,500. So 4,500, okay, 4,500 minus 3,000, what do you get?
1,500.
What do you get? 1,500. Is that your profit? Is that your profit, class? No? Yes? No. So what is it? What is it? That is the balance that is left, right? 1,500. But you are going to recover that 1,500 for the fixed cost that you spent at the beginning of the business. That is 1,500. So are you making any profit at the end of the day? No, you are not making any profit. No profit at all. So in this way, how can you make a profit? How can you ensure that you are making a profit? You have to reduce your fixed cost, or you have to increase your posters, right? Instead of 500, you have to ensure that you are making more posters in order to recover that cost. Or you just do not start a business whereby you know that you are not going to make profit. Remember, you cannot start a business where you can only balance the cost. That means you are spending and getting the same amount. There is no purpose of doing such a business. You have to ensure that you are into a business whereby you are making a profit. Else, no use of starting such business. That is basically what break-even analysis is all about. Okay, reducing variable cost with IT. Virtual goods, because they are digital, there is no cost to duplicate and sell again and again. Crowdsourcing, use non-paid, non-employees to create value. This is the same concept, okay? Reducing variable cost. So you have to reduce. If you are going to reduce, if you are going to make profit, then you have to reduce your fixed cost and increase your orders. Instead of 500, you have to make 600 or 700. Then you are going to make profit. Or if you want, then you have to reduce or increase what? What about if you increase your fixed cost? Can you make profit? If you increase your fixed cost from 1,500, are you going to make profit with selling 500 posters? No, you will go into deficit, probably a case of bankruptcy. So you have to balance your break-even analysis, okay? Increasing revenue with IT. How can you increase revenue with IT? Recommendation engines to drive complementary sales. Long-tail economics to sell product services that are too expensive for physical stores to sell. Okay? Long-tail economics to sell product services that are too expensive for physical stores to sell. An example would be what? iCulture PG. Have you heard of iCulture PG? Or have seen? Go through it. I think it's everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, it's there. So what iCulture PG do? It's an online business. They get the products from Australia to sell in Fiji. So they update it on their pages. Customers, we as in people, we place our orders, they get the same thing from Australia and they sell it here in Fiji. Most of it are somewhere cheaper, but majority of it are not even here in Fiji. Okay, so people get it because it's not here in Fiji. Things like shoes, mobile phones, or even if they are here in Fiji, iPhone 17, 16, whatever it is, the case is that it's very expensive here. So they prefer getting it from iCulture, whereby they're able to save, say, a few hundreds. Okay? And things like, for ladies, they sell handbags like Michael Kors, like gas handbags. If you look at here in Tapuz, it's around $300 to $400. Whereby if you get it from iCulture, it's around $200 to $300. And if you go yourself and get it from Australia, it's around $100. That's the difference we are talking about, okay? So iCulture, they also make their profit. Of course, anybody who comes into this line, they are here to make profit. So no problem. Yes? But that is an example of long-tail economics, to sell something that a normal physical stores are not selling. And you know that you are going to make profit in such business. Physical stores only carry what they can sell at large amounts, okay, because of the fixed cost. Yes, look at the normal supermarkets. Okay, if you look at the price of a packet of milk now, can you get it somewhere for around $4? The same packet of milk, let's say raw powder or red cow, can you get it somewhere around $4 now at the moment? Yes or no? It's around 6 or above 6 in all the supermarkets. Why? Because that's a standard price for that. All of them are meeting that standard. If there is cheaper, somewhere it's cheap, it's in the difference of 10 to 5 cents. Okay? 5 to 10 cents is the difference. They do not have a difference of $1. No. Because that's the price margin that is set for a packet of milk. Just like the price for the raw butter that we are having now, the price is increased. Okay? I do not know much about goods and services, okay? I'm just giving you an example for this particular topic. I also have to go and look for the prices and all, just to tell you. We are going to use the same knowledge here in Porter's 5 forces. A very good example. So Porter's 5 forces, this is a tool that helps businesses, people understand the relative effectiveness of an industry and the industry's competitive pressures in terms of buyer power, okay, in terms of supplier power, in terms of threat of substitute of products and services, threat of new entrants, meaning the new businesses that are coming in now, and then rivalry among existing competitors. Okay, this is Porter's 5 forces. You are going to get it in your mid-semester exam. Very important. Right, buyer power. What is buyer power? Higher when buyers have many choices and low when their choices are few. Okay, so buyer power, high when buyers have many choices and low when their choices are few. Competitive advantage are created to get buyers to stay with a given company. So what do you understand? Buyer power, high when buyers have many choices. Look at from your own perspective. When we have many choices, when we have many options, then our power is high. Okay, we as the buyers. But whereas if we have less choices, then our power is low because we only get what is available there. We do not get to make choices or options. Competitive advantage, providing a product or service, buyer power, the competitive advantage of the buyer power, okay? Providing a product or service in a way that customers value more than what the competition is able to do. First, mover advantage, significant impact on gaining market share by being the first to a market with a competitive advantage. All competitive advantages are fleeting. Okay. Now, buyer power is the first one. So we have options when there are, or we are high on buyer power. Our buyer power when we have variety of options, and our buyer powers are very less when there are few options. That means, in other words, we get what we have available. Okay, let's just say me as a buyer, I'm a frequent flyer to Lambasa. Let's assume I'm a frequent flyer to Lambasa. And you, I think you do have enough knowledge to understand that the 2 flights that go to Lambasa is Fiji Airways and what else? It's Fiji Airways and another one is? What is another airline, by the way? Anyone knows? Fiji Airways and what? There's another one. Fiji. It was previously Fiji Sun. So what is it now? Do you know? Yes? Are you saying something? Okay. So the 2 flights that go to Lambasa is Fiji Airways. That's the first one, and there's another one. Okay, I think I forgot the name. I cannot remember it now. Just happens, okay? No. Okay, so there is two. Now the other one, most of the people are very afraid to fly in the aircraft because I think it's small and they only have 1 or 2 airplanes, and that is small in size. So mostly people are afraid to use that plane to travel anywhere, and that one is only used for Labasa and Suva. I don't think so any of it goes to west in any airport. Okay, so as a buyer, the other airline is cheaper compared to Fiji Airways. But what is my problem? My problem is an example, okay? My problem is I'm afraid to sit in the other one, the second option. So how many options do I have now? One only, that is Fiji Airways. Now, when Fiji Airways have their fares high, I still need to buy it. When their fares are low, I still need to buy it. So when the fares are low, I am on my advantage. Okay? My buying power is high. When their fares are low, my buying power is high. When their fare is high, my buying power is low. I don't have option. If their fare is $500, I still need to purchase that $500 ticket in order to travel from Missouri to Lambasa. Get it? Okay? So this is about buyer power. On the same side, if you look at the supplier power, high when the buyers have fewer choices and low when the choices are many. It's the same concept, just vice versa. For supplier power, take Coke for example. Okay? High when buyers have few choices. So suppliers are an advantage when we have few choices. Why? Because we are going to buy their drink. Am I right? So they are having high choices. And low when there are many. They are having low buying power. They are having low supplying power when we are more with options. And you know what I'm saying, okay? As a supplier, take for example, I'm supplying you with Coke. The only drink you have with you is Coke. Am I on high or low supplier power? Class? Am I having low or high supplier power? You have to understand this concept. If not, you are going to face difficulty. Yes, you can hear me? Yes? Okay, so if I am the supplier of Coke, I am selling you with the Coke. Okay? Your only option for the drink is Coke. What is my power as a supplier? High or low? High. Because I know that all of you are going to buy my Coke. Yes? But me as a supplier, when I know that there are many drinks available in the market, what about my supplier power now? Low. Because are you going to come and buy my Coke? No. You have variety of options available. So why would you come and drink the Coke when you know that it's already a risk for your health? Yes? Regardless, many other issues are there. So it's vice versa. As a supplier, I'm going to make profit when I know that there's only thing available in the market. I'm going to make no profit or maybe just, what we did earlier, break-even analysis. Just recover my cost when I know that there is many substitute of it. Okay? Example, Reva factory. Is there a Reva factory? No? Let's assume there is a Reva factory. We have Reva products everywhere. Okay. You see Reva butter, the price is increased now. Yes? Increased. Vastly increased. Around $10, I think. I did research earlier on. $11. Now it's reaching around $15. For the bigger one, I'm talking about 1 kg. Okay? So do you think that people will still opt to go and buy the Reva butter? Some, yes. We are talking about majority. Do you think they are going to purchase that? No. So what are the options? We have Flora, we have margarine, and we have what not? Yes? Yes. So that is what I'm saying. Substitute. Okay? Substitute. So you have to understand this Porter's five process very nicely. It is going to come in itself. And of course, for our next tutorial class, I'll split you into groups. I'll decide the groups, maybe 4 to 5. Well, you can choose your partners and pairs, no problem. 4 to 5 pay group, you want to come up with a business and discuss for this 5 forces. So you will give me one business, you will discuss 5 points for that business. Yes? Good enough? You don't have option. Okay, then we have a threat of substitute products and services. This is a threat. Okay, substitute product is a threat. High when there are many alternatives for buyers and low when there are few alternatives. Like I'm saying for butter. So threat of new products, it's very dangerous when we have many products. And it's easy and safer for the suppliers when there are no products to substitute. Example what? Is there any product for which we do not have any substitute? We have substitute for other products. Well, let's assume for FEA. Is there any substitute for FEA? I think they are the only one in Fiji who provides us with electricity, yes? There is no other competition with FEA. There is no other company that provides us with electricity. So, recently I've been noticing that the prices, I don't know, the bills are increasing. I don't know if I'm using more appliance or is the unit price has increased. Whatever it is, even if the unit price has increased, we still have to stick with FEA because that's the only company in Fiji that provides us with the electricity. So for them, there is no threat for a new entrance because they know that there won't be anyone in the coming years to come and have a plan for this electricity in Fiji. Whereas for Fiji Airways, it's a similar thing. Okay? Fiji Airways is getting very common now. Everywhere there is Fiji Airways. So in near future, they can assume that there is no one who is going to come up here in Fiji and open a new airline business. So they do not have any risk there. Otherwise, if we look at threat of new substitute, in options like if we are looking into supermarkets category, they are having a risk of this a lot. Okay? If we look at Ellison supermarket, whenever I go there, it's full, no parking. All the people are there, I don't know what they are doing. So perhaps they know that there are certain products that is much more cheaper compared to the other supermarkets. And then finding threat of new entrants. Okay? High when it is easy for competitors to enter the market. Example, the online businesses now. There is no requirement, nothing. Even if there is requirement, there are many that is operating illegally. Open a Facebook page, open an Instagram page, open a Snapchat page, Snapchat book or page. There is no page. Well, snaps. I'm getting snaps on selling on food. There are so many people selling food, so I'm getting snap of it every day. That's the way you have to do business. Okay? So online business, there is no limitation. There is no limitation to online business. You are getting it. You are advertising your business. These are just strategies in order to make your business progress. Okay? Entry barrier. Product or services feature that consumers have to come to expect that must be offered by an entering organization. Banking, ATMs, online business, etc. Okay? Rivals among existing competitors, high when competition is fierce and low when the competition is more complacent. General trend is towards more competition in almost all industries. So, rivals, we have rivals for mostly all the business and all the goods and products that we have available here in Fiji. Okay, if we are looking in terms of drinks, then we have a lot of drinks, a lot of different companies that are producing similar drinks. So a lot of competition is there. If we are looking in terms of goods and services, then there are a number of supermarkets that are providing with the same thing and in the difference of increasing their prices and all. Okay. But if I look at the Dubai chocolate now, have you all seen the Dubai chocolate ad on the World IGA page? Yes? I think they are the ones who is on a lot of advantage side now because it is not being sold on any other supermarket, so people are going for that now. Okay, unless and until there are some other online businesses that sell that. Okay, so these are some of the examples that you need to know, and you can put it in your exam as to elaborate on your solutions. Okay. So IT has certainly intensified competition in all sectors of business. Yes, with IT, in all sectors of business, there is competition. You cannot basically name a single business that do not have a competition. Can you? Yes? Can anybody think of any business that do not have a competition? Any business or any organization that do not have a competition? If we are talking about banks, then there are banks. If we are talking about bus companies, then there are a lot of them. Anything else? Competition? Some of you look very shy to speak. Feel free, don't worry. Alright. What are three generic business strategies? The first one is focus strategy, next one is differentiation, and the third one is the overall cost of leadership. Overall cost of leadership, offering the same product or better quality of product or services at a price that is less than what any other competition is able to do. Okay, that means that you are not basically thinking of making profit. Instead, you are thinking of supplying with the good product. Example is Walmart. Now, an example is Walmart. Another example is Kohl's. Another example is Woolies or Woolworths. Okay, these are businesses in overseas. So what they do, they normally have weekly sales there. Okay, weekly sales. In their weekly sales, they have products, price of goods and services as low as $2. Okay, so a Nescafe, 10 sachets in one packet, during sale it is $2.50 or $1.99, and the same one here in PG you get it for $13, $14 Nescafe if you go and check in extra supermarket. Okay, so they are focused on supplying the products to their consumers. And here every penny is being queued up. Yes, even average earning people are not able to have 3 times meal a day now. That's the case now with the increasing price of goods and services. So that's the difference. Talking about overall cost of leadership, leadership, it focuses on supplying the goods and services regardless of any profit. Just supply better goods and services. Okay. We do not have any businesses here in PG that does the same, that brings the price of the goods and services 50% or 75% less. It's barely a case, okay? Differentiation, offering a product or services that is perceived as being unique in the marketplace. So something that needs to be unique in the marketplace. Okay, that is differentiation. But here in PG, I think the definition of differentiation is taken wrongly. What they do here in PG, differentiation, you are changing the packaging and you are saying differentiation. Okay, so many products, the packers are different. Packaging is different and they call it differentiation of products. That's wrong. That's not right. Okay. Focus on offering products or services to a particular segment or buyer group within a segment or a product line to a specific geographic market. Examples, restaurant, physician, offices, legal offices. Okay. RGT, Run, Grow, Transform framework. The allocation in terms of percentages of IT dollars on various types of business strategies. Okay, RGT framework. Will you allocate IT dollars to run, optimize, execution of existing process, grow, increasing market share, product and services offering, and then to transform, that is to innovate business process products. This is RGT framework given the run, grow and transform in the given years from 2002 to 2008. And this is the Portis 3 generic combined with RGT. Okay, so you have run, grow, transform, that is Portis, and you have RGT is RGT, run, grow and transform, and then you have Portis, that is overall cost of leadership, focus and differentiation, and then you have new product, totally new product in the market. So if you combine RGT with potash 3 generic, you are going to come up with something whereby you are going to make profit, whereby you are going to make consumers and customers happy, as well as you are going to stay in the market, and the value for your product and your services will be given to you. So you are being advantaged from all the sides. Okay? That was all about our lecture. Like I said, it was 51 slides. For some, you will even have 60 to 70 slides. Okay? That's counted as normal, like